I call the meeting to order. And pursuant to our agenda, we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I brought a flag just to make sure we had a flag. So if you please rise and join me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. Next item on the agenda is reading of the minutes by our secretary. You got to speak in the microphone, please.
Very brief. We had our last meeting on October 18th, and at that meeting we had a program put on by Judy Curry and Bill Burr, in which Judy read the letters from Eleanor Lord Prey. And Bill read in between. He gave us the historical significance. Prior to the program, though, Joanne St. Pierre read the results of the nominating committee's decisions on the proposed slate of officers.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And the treasurer indicated to me that in her anxiety to get here, she left her report home. And I understand that process. It gets better as you get older. Yes. So we'll bypass the treasurer's report. The nominating committee, as was stated by Treasurer Smith, in October read a slate of officers. I'm going to have the representative from the nominating committee read the slate again. That does not close nominations. I'll call for more nominations afterward. Joanne, if you would speak into the microphone, please.
The Berwick Historical Society has met and report the results of their deliberations, and this is a report of the slate of officers and directions for the society. Officers: Ron Vigue, Vice President Paul Bovier, Secretary Ann Smith, Treasurer Linda Corliss. Directors at large: Larice Jackson, Donald Young, and Sandra Guptill.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Joanne St. Pierre, I forgot to introduce you. Apologize. So you're not the only one that forgets, Linda, so don't feel bad. Are there any other nominations from the floor? If not, I'll entertain a motion that nominations cease.
I make a motion that nominations cease. Second.
Thank you. Is there any discussion? If not, motion been made that we cease nominations. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries. At this time, I'll entertain a motion that the slate of officers presented by the nominating committee be put up for a vote.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded that the nominating committee slate of officers be voted in. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. And I'll direct the secretary to put in the minutes one written ballot. We need a motion for that, you think? No?
We did the last time.
I need a motion that the secretary cast one written vote for the slate of officers.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded that the secretary cast one written vote for the slate of officers. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Before we get to the entertainment, there's two things we got to do. One is Don Young, and one is another thing. And Don has promised me he will be brief. But before we get to Don Young, I have a presentation to make. Ann Kimball, would you come up here, please?
Oh, this is terrible.
This is beautiful.
It's crazy.
It's beautiful. Face the camera.
Oh.
Ann is one of the original members to my knowledge, of the Berwick Historical Society. She's been a member of the Board of Directors for quite a while. Due to medical reasons, she has stepped down, but we did make her an honorary member of the board. But I'd like to present you with this certificate of appreciation. This certificate of appreciation is gratefully presented to Ann W. Kimball in recognition and appreciation of your many years of dedicated and generous support to promote the presence, the purpose, and the mission of the Berwick Historical Society, the Berwick Historical Society, presented at Berwick, Maine on this 15th day of November 2017, signed by myself and the Secretary, Ann Smith. Can I get a round of applause for this young lady?
Oh, my goodness.
And as further appreciation, please accept these with our gratitude. Thank you, Ann.
Thank
It's
you,
been a
Ron.
pleasure working with
Thank you,
you.
Don. And he told me, Ron told me that I can come to the meetings, so you're not rid of me yet.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Young, you're up.
Do you have any announcements to make?
Do I have any announcements other than announcing you?
Okay.
You're going to announce the entertainers,
All right.
I suspect.
Thank you, President Vigu. I have a couple of announcements to make and a couple of reports to make. The report is on the program committee report for this year for the Berwick Historical Society. One page. Herewith is a summary of the activity of the program committee of the Berwick Historical Society for the year 2017 to date. Deeming pictures worth 1,000 words and intending to keep this report brief, copies of the handbills and press releases for the programs presented are attached to this report and submitted to Madam Secretary to be filed with the archives. So here's a list of all the handbills that we used during the year. They're posted on a magnetic board right outside the entrance. Presentations or programs were scheduled for our meetings in January, February, March, April, May, June, August, September, and October. We had 2. Special entertainment was scheduled for the annual meeting in November, tonight. We began the year with a pleasant winter tour in January of the Colonel Paul Wentworth House in Rollinsford, graciously conducted for us by Peter Cook. During the course of the year, we were fortunate to have additional tours. One of the Hackmatack Playhouse with behind-the-scenes tours of the rehearsal hall, the theater during an actual rehearsal, and the Buffalo Project Range, and this was in June. The other tour was of the Hersham House on Sawmill Hill, given by member and current owner Robert Brunel in September. Our February program had to be rearranged after the medical emergency of the prospective speaker, only to be canceled due to a snowstorm. We were fortunate to have Bowdoin history professor Patrick Rail finally make his presentation on the long, slow death of slavery in April. In examining some of the pre-Columbian history and natural history of what we now call Berwick, the March program featured Dave Miller from Rochester talking about the Abenaki place names in the Piscataqua region. August presenter Sue Pike shared her recent research with the great mammals, the right whales, with us. We collaborated with the Berwick Public Library for the May program, which was presented by Peter Sawyer of Exeter. He spoke about the Rogers family of Berwick, who were clockmakers in the late 18th and early 19th century. The Berwick Public Library is the home of one of the Rogers clocks, and we heard it chime that memorable evening. The month of October saw two presentations, both connected to Berwick's illustrious sojourner in Russia, Eleanor Lloyd Prey. A special program by Brigida Ingemanson in early October gave us both a glimpse and a listen to music which would have been familiar to Mrs. Prey. This included both Russian and American music. At our regular meeting in October, actors Judy Curry and Bill Burr read from the selected letters of Miss Prey. Tonight, we are happy to have Miss Maybell and Slim Pickens here to entertain us and conclude our year on an upbeat note. We look forward to the next year and an expansion of our programs, our connection to the community, and our place with other similar societies in this historic region. Respectfully submitted, Donald Young, Program Committee Chair. There you go, Ms. Secretary. I would like at this time to read a brief letter from myself from the Berwick Historical Society entitled Letter of Praise and Thanksgiving. At this time of year, we enter a general period of contemplation and reflection on the bounty of nature and the plenitude in our lives. I, for one, would like to take a moment to reflect on the good luck and fortune that the Berwick Historical Society has enjoyed in the past year. Specifically, I refer to the use of the auditorium at 1 Sullivan Square. The owners, Paul and Pat Bovair, and their partners, Frank and Linda Underwood, whose interest has recently been purchased by Paul and Pat's son, Alex, have generously and kindly made this lovely venue available for our use for several programs. And I feel obliged to say a hearty thank you to them. We were able to utilize this pleasant location for Patrick Rail's presentation in April, Sue Pike's Amazing Tales of Right Wales in August, a special program in October, Russian Memories by Brigida Ingemanson, relating to Eleanor Lloyd Prey and musical memories from Russia, and also in October, the reading of selections from Eleanor's letters by Judy Curry and Bill Burr. Our last event of the year, our annual meeting, occurs here tonight. Again, I say emphatically, thank you very much. And I know other members of the Board of Directors and the Berwick Historical Society members join me in this expression. Changes are occurring in Berwick, and a historic building is about to undergo another modification and a different use. We are fortunate to have had some good experiences here. Thank you. Thank you, Paul. So, I have been given one brief announcement to make. I have another couple. Nina Mauer dropped by, and she brought us notice about the Old Berwick Historical Society is having a meeting tomorrow night, 7:30 at the Berwick Academy at their Arts Center. Very nice venue. And it's going to be about a wider winter world, getting by on snowshoes in New England. So Nina's here. If you get a chance, you can talk to her, get more information about that after our presentation. Tonight, we're fortunate to have Lauren Sanforique and her partner, better known as Miss Maybell and Slim Pickens. They're here from Jackson, New Hampshire, quite a ways further north. They play throughout northern New England and been around for 3 or 4 years. They had a nice CD that's already sold out. Lauren says if you go on their website, which is the eponymous name, Miss Maybell and Slim Pickens, you can be able to take she'll be able to take your order or sign you up for a new release that will be coming out. I asked them earlier if they knew this old tune that I was familiar with when I was growing up called I Love You, a Bushel and a Peck. A bushel and a peck and a hug around the neck. They knew it. They're not going to play it tonight. The reason I bring that up is up on the table we have a little round measure, which is half a peck. And that's what we put our contributions into. So if you're feeling like you love us a little bit, like maybe you love us a half a peck, throw something in the measure. So now I'd like to present Miss Maybell and Slim Pickens. And thank you for your patience.
We're actually involved quite a lot with the Historical Society up in Jackson, New Hampshire, and just think it's a wonderful thing you guys are doing. So thanks for all that too. We're Miss Maybell and Slim Pickens. We're going to play a little ragtime, a little blues, country, jazz, and a couple original songs too. This first song is a Cindy Walker song, and it's called "It's All Your Fault."
Yeah, I can do it.
No, I get it's just this little sad thing. It's all your fault. There we go. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
It's all your fault if I'm not sleeping. I live on dreams instead of eating. I'm just a ragman. It's all your fault. It's all your fault if I'm not playing or having fun. If I am staying all by myself, well, it's all your fault. When you said that we were through, I tried to find somebody new. I found out that wouldn't do, 'cause I'd rather be alone than with somebody new. I said it's all your fault if I'm a grandpa. My grandkids don't call you grandma. I'll just tell them it's all your fault. It's all your fault. If I'm not sleeping, I live on dreams instead of eating. I'm just a ragman. It's all your fault. It's all your fault if I'm not playing or having fun. If I am staying all by myself, well, it's all your fault. When you said that we were through, I tried to find somebody new. I found out that wouldn't do, 'cause I'd rather be alone than with somebody new. I said it's all your fault if I'm a grandpa. My grandkids don't call you grandma. I'll just tell them it's all your fault. Oh, all your fault. It's all your fault.
Oh, your fault. Well,
I'm gonna tell you now. It's all your fault. It's all your fault.
it's all your fault.
I said it's all your fault.
Oh, your fault. Well,
I'm gonna tell you now. It's all your fault. Thank you. Yeah, that song goes back to 1935, something like that. That area, anyway. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, this next one is an old Spencer Williams tune from 1924.
I'm as happy as a king, feeling good in everything, just like a bird in spring. I gotta let it out. It's my sweetie, can't you guess? I'm out about him, I'll confess. Does he love me? Oh my, oh yes. That's why I gotta shout. Well, now everybody loves my baby, my baby don't know nobody but me. Nobody but me. Well, now everybody wants my baby, my baby don't want nobody but me. That's plain to see. Well, now when my baby kisses me up on my frozen cheeks, I just let those kisses be, don't hush my face weeps. Well, now everybody loves my baby, but my baby don't know nobody but me. Nobody but me, yeah. Everybody loves my baby, but my baby don't love nobody but me. Nobody but me. Well, now everybody wants my baby, but my baby don't want nobody but me. That's plain to see. Well, now I'm his sweet potato when he's my loving man, and he can do his duty hard like no other man can. That's why everybody loves my baby. My baby don't know nobody but me. Nobody but me. Yeah.
Thank you. That one. This one's called Sunny Spot of Ground. I'm looking for a sunny spot of ground where I can lay my body down. Don't need a meal or a box of smokes, and I don't need a whole lot of other folks. I'm looking for a sunny spot of ground where I can lay my old body down. Don't need a woman in a pretty dress, and I don't need a city woman's cold caress. I just want to walk around where the walking's free, and I can find nobody there to pick on me. Water in the river's flowing cold and blue, and I'll be lying there waiting for you. Oh Lord, lying there waiting for you. across the riverbed where I can lay my weary head. I don't care about the black fly bites, and I don't need to see another city light. I've been looking for a sunny spot of ground where I can lay my old body down. Don't need to travel to the far off places, and I don't need a bath on a daily basis. I just want to find a river where the water's so fine that I can drink it right down like I've been drinking wine. I said I strip down, jump in there too. Well, I'll be lying there waiting for you, oh Lord, lying there waiting for you. Sunny spot of ground. Thank you very much. Wrote that one all by myself. Up at the old Wildcat River in Jackson. This song comes from Hawaii. We collect old records. There was a big influx of Hawaiian records in the 1930s, and we started listening to these by the wood stove in winter because they make you feel warmer. You know, put the boiling pot of water on there and so forth. You feel nice and warm and humid. And we started playing a couple of them. This one's called Lovely Hula Hands.
Lovely hula hands, graceful as the birds in motion, gliding like the gulls o'er the ocean. Lovely hula hands, koti munani. Lovely hula hands, telling of the rain in valley and the swirling winds on the valley. Lovely hula hands, koti munani. Of your hula hands, your lovely hula hands, every little move expressing so I'll understand all the tender meaning of your hula hands, fingertips that say aloha. Say to me again, I love you. Lovely hula hands, koti munani.
Oh, thank you.
All right. This one's a Blind Boy Fuller song. It's a traditional tune that he recorded first. That also goes back to the 30s, and this one's called Rag Mama Rag. Now, some people around this area know about, from the 60s, a band called the Jim Kweskin Jug Band. They're playing a lot in Cambridge. Yeah, that's right. And they do this song. I think they picked it up from somebody else who played it way back when. But we know the Blind Boy Fuller version, recorded back in the 30s. And we kind of do our own thing with it too. But Miss Maybell always says this one's a rambunctious tune. It's called Rag Mama Rag. Yes. All right, here we go. soul. Now love another man in my fishing hole. My mama, what you sow? I said you got to reap just what you sow. Now ride. Ride. Oh, mama, do that right. I was looking at a woman, this couldn't be true. My mama, what you do? Said I got a wife and a sweetheart too. All right, all right. Oh mama, better do that right. Hey, now. Do that right. Tag in my hand, took my gal by the willow tree. Now Harvey Allen Pilot don't run on me. Now right, all right. Oh mama, baby, do that right. Hey, thank you. You want to do that? All right, sure. So this song, this next one, another upbeat number here. This one. It's a song that we wrote that is in celebration of the wood stove.
Very appropriate.
Now is about the time of year we celebrate the wood stove because it's dark all day and you don't feel happy without it. I hope you all have wood stoves. Yeah. Yeah, you know.
Maybe not.
Yeah, that's right. We got two too.
You know, the other kind of heat's okay, I guess.
Yeah, we got two of them too, but you know, I don't say usually it's a 2 wood stove day until February. You know, it's usually a 1 wood stove day.
Yeah, that's like to prevent
freezing
or something.
This song is called "Hot Fire in My Stove." Right in there. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hot fire in the stove is keep me high. Hot fire in the stove is keep me dry. Gonna pound my wood till the pile gets high. Leave it all summer till it gets so dry. Hot fire in the stove is keep me high. Hot fire in the stove is keep me dry. If the pile runs out, God bless my soul. While the fire's so high, let the good times roll. Hot fire in the stove is keep me high. Hot fire in the stove is keep me dry. You know my baby don't like it when the room gets chill and I got no money for a cold water bill. Hot fire in the stove is keep me high. Hot fire in the stove is keep me dry. Gonna keep my baby so warm at night. Gonna burn that fire till the morning light. Hot fire in the stove is keep me high. Hot fire in the stove is keep me dry. Hey. Head into my fire with an old birch bark. Light her right up with a bright red spark. Hot fire in the stove is keep me high. Hot fire in the stove is keep me dry. If you drink the liquor, you feel so fine. But a fire in the stove, well, that's divine. Hot fire, oh baby, hot fire in my stove.
Well, this next one is an old Duke Ellington tune. Not often played with a kazoo and a washboard, but, you know, sometimes you gotta make do. You know,
When you don't have a big band, you just do this crazy
Yeah.
stuff.
this is I haven't told you guys what this is. This is a 1930s bazooka kazoo. Bobby Burns bazooka kazoo. Courtesy of eBay. And funny thing, yeah.
All right.
Here we go. Rat-tat-too, rat-tat-too, rat-tat-too,
up, do up, do up, do up. Don't mean a thing, all you gotta do is sing. Do up, 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 do up. Makes no difference if it's school or high. Just get that rhythm, get it, every little thing you got. Don't mean a thing if it ain't good, then swing. Do up, 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 do up. Don't mean a thing if it ain't good, then swing. Do up, 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 do up. Don't mean a thing, all you gotta do is sing. Do up, 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 do up. Makes no difference if it's school or high. Just give that rhythm, give it every little thing you got. Don't mean a thing if it ain't good, then swing. Do up, 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 do up.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, thank you. All right, all right. So we wrote, it's called Old Man Moon. Miss Maybell is going to sing this one for you.
Old man moon, do me right. Show me to my baby in your finest light. He'll be with me soon. Old man moon, old man moon, don't hide no cloud. I need your light to show my baby around. And I'm so blue. Old man moon, to see him walking by that pale moonlight, I could stay out all night. Hear him singing that old moon song. I've been waiting for too long. Old man moon, don't hide no cloud. I need your light to show my baby around. And I'm so blue. Old man moon,
Well, here's a fun old one. Sophie Tucker made it famous back in the day.
1910s.
1910s.
Going way back.
We like to dig up those 78s that are hiding in people's barns and attics and stuff.
Anybody got any 78s, by the way? All right, all right. Talk to us after the show.
Some of these days, you're gonna miss me, honey. Some of these days, you're gonna feel so lonely. Gonna miss my hugging, gonna miss my kissing. You'll miss me, honey, when you go away. You'll feel so lonely, for just me only. For you know, honey, you've always had your way. And when you mama some of these days.
Some of these days,
you're gonna miss me, honey.
Miss me, honey.
Some of these days,
some of these days,
you're gonna feel so lonely.
Lonely.
Gonna miss my hugging, gonna miss my kissing. You'll miss me, honey, when you go away. You'll feel so lonely, for just me only. For you know, honey, you've always had your way. And when you leave me, you know you're gonna grieve me. You're gonna miss your little mama some of these days.
Thank you. Casey Bill Weldon tune from also the 30s. Got a lot of 30s tonight. We do a lot of 20s too. But anyway, he's a great guitarist. If you haven't heard old Casey Bill, good one to find a record of. Excuse me? How's anyone? It's about the telephone, actually. No, I'm just kidding.
Here we go.
It's called Guitar Swing. It's a great old tune.
Here comes Grandma.
Oh, yeah.
With walking cane.
Oh, yeah.
What you think she done?
Oh, yeah.
When they hear that swing,
Oh, yeah.
she decided then to sing.
Oh, yeah.
Throw away her cane.
Oh, yeah.
When they play
Oh, yeah.
that guitar swing.
Oh, yeah.
And here comes Grandpa, by Grandma's side. He looked at Grandma, then he cried. Hey, come on, let's swing.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do that swing.
Oh, yeah.
When they play
Oh, yeah.
that guitar swing.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, let's swing.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do that swing.
Oh, yeah.
When they play
Oh, yeah.
that guitar swing.
Oh, yeah.
Swing it. Guitar swing.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, let's swing.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do that swing.
Oh, yeah.
When they play
Oh, yeah.
that guitar swing. Let's hear the ball.
Oh, yeah.
when they play
Oh yeah.
that guitar swing. Come on, let's swing.
Oh yeah.
Let's do that swing
Oh yeah.
when they play oh that guitar swing.
Hey, thank you very much. We got a couple more songs for you if you guys like. This one's a You Belong to Me. It's an old Joe Stafford tune. Maybe I was going to sing it for you.
See the pyramids along the Nile. Watch the sunrise from a tropic isle. Just remember, darling, all the while you belong to me. See the marketplace in old Algiers. Send me photographs and souvenirs. Just remember, when a dream appears, you belong to me. I'd be so alone without you. Maybe you'd be lonesome too, and maybe blue. Fly the ocean in a silver plane. See the jungle when it's wet with rain. Just remember, darling, all the same, you belong to me. You belong to me.
Thank you. We're going to do one last song for you. This one, it's a Jesse Fuller tune. It's recorded in the 50s. Really popular old folk song. It was in a folk revival, too, in the 60s. A lot of people were playing this one. It's called San Francisco Bay Blues. Maybe you know it. Here we go. Anyway, you're going to know it now. Blues home, baby, down by the San Francisco Bay, where the ocean lines ain't so far away. I didn't mean to treat her so bad. Well, she was the best gal I ever had. Said goodbye and I had a little cry. No, I won't break down and die. Well, I ain't got a nickel and I ain't got a lousy dime. If she's gonna come back now, I think about to lose my mind. come back this way, yes, I'm gonna have a brand new day. Walking with my baby down by the San Francisco Bay. Oh, yeah. Looking out the back door, I wonder which way to go. That woman that I'm thinking about says she don't love me no more. Think I got the next freight train, yes, that's cause I'm a feeling blue. Gonna ride down to the end of the line, thinking only of you. Thinking about living in the city, thinking about going insane. I thought I heard my baby's voice, yeah, the way she used to call my name. If she ever come back this way, yes, I'm gonna have a brand new day. Walk with my baby down by the San Francisco Bay. If she ever come back this way, yes, I'm gonna have a brand new day. Walking with my baby down by San Francisco Bay. Hey, thank you so much, folks. Really an honor to be here. It's all your fault if I'm not sleeping. I live on dreams instead of eating. I'm just a wrecking. It's all